My white mom is racist, but I'm mixed. And yes, you heard that right. My mom has 2 black kids and she's racist. She had multiple black partners, including my father, and they were even married at one point. As I got older, I started to realize how racist she was. She would call my friends and their moms monkeys. She said my dad was blacker than her shit. She called my brother's friend the hard N word and then punched him in the face. Me and my older brother share the same mom and dad, but my younger brother is white. He was always treated a little bit differently than we were. She had bipolar disorder and she would always get real angry, and when she would get in her little modes, she would argue with everybody and just start saying a lot of racist things. My grandparents were even racist and they didn't mind her acting that way. So a lot of people be like, why did you cut off your family? Why did you cut off your family? This is not even the half. But just know everything I did was for good reason. Don't block your blessings by keeping people in your life that aren't meant to be there. Some people are just lessons.
So being biracial with the white mom is trending right now, and I just want to jump on this wagon. Dear black people, do you not see how harmful this is? Like, do you not? Let me give you some examples. You don't know what it's like to grow up mixed. Because you don't realize that a lot of us deal with racism since day one all the time. And these are supposed to be with people that love us, aka our families. A lot of people on my mom's side of the family were Aryan Nation skinheads. I didn't know what that was as a kid. And I didn't understand why everybody looked at me different, or why there was certain people in my family that just would never say hello to me or my dad or my mom because they were disgusted. And I didn't understand that as a kid. I didn't get it. I thought I had something on my face the way they were looking at me. You know how hard it is to nonstop be told, like, wow, you have your mom's face with just dark skin, with a look of disgust on their face while they say it, and not know why they feel disgusted to say such things? It's confusing. You gain a complex and you just don't feel beautiful no matter how gorgeous you are. You change yourself. I straightened my hair every single day in high school so that people wouldn't run their fingers through my hair or try to pull my afro when I walked in the hallway. Like, there are so many things that we did to adjust to suburbia. Or how about going to school with my siblings who are white and I'm not, and everyone asking me if I was adopted from Africa as a joke because I'm the only black one? You know how much that fucking sucked? Like, nonstop being denied my own mother being my mother because of my skin color? Like, it was crazy. It's crazy. And then I get to college and people that look like me all of a sudden are denying my blackness, telling me I have to say I'm biracial and I can't say that I'm black. And that's the first time your blackness was ever denied, because your whole life that's all you've been seen as. Like, you know how confusing that shit is?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We are all about real conversations, real reactions, and no sugarcoating. Today's topic is going to be a tough one, but it's something that needs to be talked about. We are reacting to something I've seen come up more and more lately. White women who are married to black men but don't seem to love or even like their own black children. So let me lay the foundation here. I've come across multiple stories, some from real people online, others shared anonymously, where black fathers speak about their white partners showing discomfort, resentment, or even outright rejection toward their biracial children, not because the kids are bad, not because of the behavior, but simply because they are black, or more specifically, they carry features, culture, or mannerisms that reflect blackness. Guys, let's get into this. I'll be back.
Hey there, my message today is for white women married to black men. If you are not a white woman married to a black man, then you can feel free to stay. But I'm specifically talking to you white women who are married to black men. You are the person who needs to be educating yourself and deconstructing your own inner subconscious biases, white supremacy culture that you've been raised in, and the racism that exists within you. But how could I have those things? I'm married to a black man. Obviously, I'm not racist at all. That is a huge misconception, and that is the problem. And when you hear black folks say that the black Americans' biggest enemy is white liberal women, that's what they're talking about. We think oh, we're perfect. We are everyone's dream prize because we're not racist and we're all for community and all of those things because we're liberal. The thing is, thinking that way prevents us from growing and learning. You cannot have been raised in the United States of these here Americas without having been highly influenced by the white supremacist culture in which we live. So it is within you and it is impacting decisions you make, the way that you respond, how you treat other people. It's in there and it needs to be acknowledged and then deconstructed, because you can't just deconstruct something that you don't believe is there. So I'm going to be showcasing different books and different content creators on here who really are doing a fantastic job and working really hard to make the world a better place. That's the stuff we think we're doing, but we're actually not. We're just sitting back and smiling. So follow me and we'll go on this journey together. Because even though I've been doing this work for 30 plus years, there's always more to be done. We are never done deconstructing.
I'm gonna need y'all white parents of biracial kids to listen in real quick. I'm gonna give you fair warning, this might be an uncomfortable conversation, but it's necessary. A lot of y'all's kids have complexes and identity issues, and it's not because they have a white parent. It's because a lot of y'all chose to have biracial kids before you unpacked your internalized racism and anti-blackness. It's because a lot of y'all have biracial children without learning enough about the black experience to guide your child through a black experience, to guide them through a world that is inherently anti-black. Cutting off your racist family members is not all it takes to raise a biracial kid. In fact, that doesn't even come close to the bare minimum. You can have the best intentions for your children while still causing them collective harm. And I first noticed this when my daughter was an infant and I started joining Facebook groups for parents of biracial kids. These white moms would have the best intentions, yet end up on Facebook crying about how their child was saying they didn't want to be black and they hated being black. And because these parents did not take the time to educate themselves whatsoever on systemic racism and anti-blackness on a level that they would be able to appropriately raise a biracial child, they were on the internet crying for help instead of helping their kid. You cannot shield your child from experiencing anti-blackness in the world, but you can equip them to deal with it. I get told pretty frequently that my daughter will be mistaken for a black mom biracial, and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, she is not raised in an anti-black environment. A lot of black men, white women relationships are inherently anti-black, due to the fact that the relationship is based on fetishization and the hatred of black women instead of mutual love. The way that I look at it, the world is constantly going to be hurling anti-blackness at my child. And instead of acting like it does not exist, I have been equipping my child since birth to be able to handle said anti-blackness through radical self-love and positive identity. My child has at a young age told me that she wanted to be white to match her family. Right then and there, we had a very long conversation about anti-blackness and racism at 4 years old, and how her blackness was the most beautiful part of her. She made a comment one time about her baby doll, her black baby with coily hair, being ugly. Again, we had a long discussion about colorism, texturism, and racism. After that day, that baby did not leave her hip. You cannot just be not teaching your kid to be anti-black. You have to be preparing them for an anti-black world. You have to ensure that you are not feeding your child a complex towards other black people, that you're showing them how to cherish and uplift their community. See, biracial kids with white parents can be raised to be pro-black, but many aren't. And that is because their environment and their role models are not pro-black. If you don't want your child to have identity issues, it starts with you. It is wholeheartedly possible for you to educate yourself. A lot of y'all simply choose not to.
Oh yes guys, thank you for being with me through the video. We have come to the conclusion of this video. Let me be clear guys, if you can't fully love a black child, you should never be with a black partner. That is period guys, because it pains so much for a child to be brought into this world and then they end up not being loved by their mothers. Biracial kids don't come with an off switch for melanin. Their hair texture, their skin tone, their facial features, those are not flaws. That is who they are. And when a white mother looks at her child and recoils at those things, it tells me she never truly accepted blackness to begin with. Not in her partner and definitely not in her child. Yeah. And what's worse, Guys, these kids grow up sensing that even if you don't say it out loud, kids can feel it. They notice the favoritism, the coldness, the lack of pride in who they are. Yes, and I've got to ask, how do you marry a black man, have children with him, and then act surprised when those kids come out looking black? What did you think was going to happen? This isn't about preference, it's about prejudice. Internalized racism doesn't disappear just because you married a black person. In fact, interracial relationships sometimes reveal those deep-seated beliefs more clearly, and it's always the children who pay the price. Yes, I can't even imagine being a child, looking to your mother for love and being met with shame or disgust for something you can't change. Yeah, for something you inherited from your father. To my brothers out here, guys, this is why who you choose to build a family with matters. It's not just about love, it's about shared values, about racial literacy, and about whether your partner is prepared to raise a black child in this world with pride, with protection, and with purpose. Yes, this is a hard conversation, yes, but it's one we've got to have. If we don't talk about it, these kids keep growing up confused. They grow up hurt. They grow up silenced. And I'm not saying all white women in interracial relationships are like this. Not at all. But the ones who are need to be who are this way really need to be called out, because the damage they do lasts a lifetime, just as we have heard from the stories from these children in biracial families who have spoken in this video. You can see just from how they speak, they are not pleased with what is happening. All right, I want to hear what you all think. Have you seen this happen? Have you experienced it? Do you think some people fetishize black men but reject blackness when it becomes too real? Drop your thoughts in the comments respectfully, because this is a serious discussion. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video of eye-opening, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe for more honest content like this. Until next time, protect the kids, protect the culture, and protect your peace. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video, and also this video is meant for education purposes and commentaries purposes as well. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Peace be with you.